Police investigating video of Nolan Wells' alleged argument on Horn Island before Mississippi teen went missing. Miami police are said to be investigating a video that allegedly shows a heated argument before Mississippi teen Nolan Xavier Wells went missing and was later found dead. As his grandfather said, there's nothing right about this. The 18-year-old star football player vanished during 4th of July on a boat trip with friends Saturday, and a body, which authorities said matched his description, was found Monday morning. Wells was last seen around 3 p.m. Saturday talking to a girl at the north end of Horn Island, a popular barrier island about 10 miles off the Mississippi Gulf Coast, the Cajun Navy Jackson County Sheriff's Department said. Let me see if we got any more, and we absolutely do. So you can see right here, this is him that same day with alcohol. Once again, for those who don't know, alcohol, boats, black people who are typically buoy deficient, that shit don't mix. But anyways, law enforcement have been looking into a viral clip circulated online, which appears to show several people having an intense argument near the shoreline. TMZ reported. It's by speculation that the tense moment could be connected to Wells' disappearance. I'll play that for y'all right now. Y'all can see what it says, and it essentially says Nolan Xavier Wells has been missing, and we know, unfortunately, he died. Then it says, however, authorities have not confirmed that the footage is authentic or whether the people seen in it have any connection to the college student. Jackson County Sheriff John Ledbetter said that Wells' friends had left the island and gone back without him, ABC News reported. From what we understand, he chose to stay there, Ledbetter added. Then it says, Ledbetter said in a statement released Tuesday afternoon that officers want to speak with anyone who observed or heard an argument, disturbance, or any unusual activity while on the island that day. Meanwhile, the family of the teen who played as a wide receiver at Southwest Mississippi Community College said they were seeking answers. So I wanted to wait on this to give more shocking, damning evidence, pro or anti Nolan Wells. And all I can do is find this Ben Crump shit. And I dice it up so y'all can kind of pay attention to how he's telling the timeline in the span of 24 hours and see if you can't catch the thing, because nobody ever asks who the hell the other friends were. But maybe I'm wrong. Let's see.
Asked to turn over his cell phone to the Mississippi law enforcement authorities. But even that is troubling to them because they're saying messages that were deleted from his cell phone. So they want to try to dot every I and cross every T.
Can you clarify for us what was going on with his cell phone?
Yeah, and that's something that's really troubling to his family as well. You know, the guys on the boat, they said Nolan stayed, but they took his cell phone. That's not adding up to them.
So it's all about a cell phone. Got it. Missing messages. Got it. There's a theme here. There was a belief that he had essentially traveled with, or stayed with, not traveled with, but stayed with a girl. So we're hearing already two different stories. He stayed with another group of friends, or he stayed with a girl. But the story just keeps on unfolding in different ways. And I know y'all liked how I put both of those back to back. So let's do it again. Roll it.
Investigate everything. They said it's very improbable that Nolan would not have wanted his cell phone with him if he was going to stay on the island.
Mm-hmm. There are no cell towers on Horn Island because it is a protected, uninhabited part of the Gulf Islands National Seashore. Visitors should expect little to no cell service across the island. So the cell phone doesn't really matter in that essence and in that sense until he got back there, meaning to the main island. Just wanted to put that out there because there's so much shit to be said about he could have called somebody and all that. Yeah, there wasn't no service on that island. But that doesn't excuse him for not having his phone with him. But I could absolutely hear him basically saying, hey, take my phone because I don't want this shit to get wet or whatever. Just putting that out there.
The deleted text messages on his phone? His parents found that? Who found that out?
No, well, they got his phone, so they're trying to figure out there's deletions on the phone, and they're trying to look at what is that about.
The fact that then when the family gets the cell phone back, Lindsay, they're saying they are trying to understand why there are deleted messages. And so it's very concerning to them.
And we know that Nolan was a great athlete on the football field. Do we have any sense of how comfortable he was around water and boats?
You know, his father said he was an elite athlete, that he prided himself on his physical prowess. He said that his son could swim, and so they're just not accepting that Nolan drowned accidentally.
I'm going to get hate for this, but it is what it is. Can we point out the fucking obvious? He was underage drinking, 18 years old. You're in Mississippi, which is right by goddamn Louisiana, who didn't fully say you had to be 21 until you can drink until 1994 or 96, whatever the hell it is. Anyways, and that was only upheld by the Louisiana Supreme Court because the Fed said we're going to start withholding funds and all this shit in 1984 or 86 when it started to become the age of consent to drink, or the age requirement to drink liquor was 21. So let me understand this. 18-year-olds drinking, underage drinking. Big Crump is going to talk about a toxicology report. No, he's not going to do that. No, I just lied. An autopsy?
We have been retained to represent the family of Nolan Wells to lead an independent investigation. So we will be conducting an independent autopsy where his family has asked for that, and so we're having Nolan's body flown to Washington, D.C. to be able to have a doctor do an independent autopsy that has no affiliation with Mississippi law enforcement officials, because they think that's very important, because they are concerned about making sure they get to the truth of what happened and that it's not influenced by anything with some of the people who were on that boat.
And just lastly,
Beyond the headlines, have the Wells family said how they would like Nolan to be remembered?
Yeah, everybody, not only his parents, but the whole community, his teachers, his coaches, the people at his college, they're saying he was just a great guy. Always trying to be supportive, be encouraging, wanted to make the world a better place. His mother talked about his smile, and she's like, she doesn't know when she's ever going to smile again.
So many inconsistencies going on, and so we're going to have, with our investigators and our associates, we're going to list all the inconsistencies down. We just got onto the case yesterday, so we have been staying up late with the family, talking to friends, talking to people who were there on that 4th of July, trying to piece together what really happened to Nolan Wells.
Now we get into the mysterious of how the damn judge stepmama had to step in, said some shit online, then deleted it. This thing got more goddamn curves and turns than a snake trying to get after your ass. New details emerge in Nolan Wells' case. Judge Ashley Cole breaks silence amid growing online speculation. Judge Ashley Cole has spoken publicly after days of online rumors surrounding the death of 18-year-old Nolan Wells. In a Facebook statement, the Mississippi judge said she had deactivated her social media accounts because she feared for her children's safety as false claims spread online. Cole also confirmed that her son Warren was one of Wells' friends and said he has fully cooperated with investigators. She urged people to focus on facts instead of speculation while the investigation continues. Judge Ashley says Nolan Wells chose to stay on Horn Island as investigation continues. And we already heard that shit. And she basically said, condolences to everybody, whatever, and all this shit. So I don't really see anything that basically says we should really trip off of this right now. But it is what it is. Deactivating your social media after you make a statement is never a good thing. But it says Warren was interviewed by the Jackson County Sheriff's Department and cooperated fully. He saw Nolan last around 3 p.m. on July 4th. They left around 4:30 p.m. when the boat was taking on water, and they had an issue with the bows pump. Nolan made a decision to stay on the island and return inland later with another group of friends. Cole also stressed that her family was not present at Horn Island that day and declined claims they had tried to influence the investigation. My husband and I were not at Horn Island at any point on July 4th. No one in our family is trying in any way to impede with the investigation by law enforcement or otherwise hamper the family and law enforcement's quest for answers. Then the brother decides somebody might be getting a little too close to the truth. And he decides, let me move this out the way. That might be too close. I think the mic could be all right here. Hopefully this doesn't mess with the sound because I'm like, hold on, right here. That's fine. That's better. The brother starts to lash out at content creators, in particular, one young black content creator who said, I'm going to question the questions that need to be questioned to get the answers that everybody don't want to answer.
Apparently, me making videos about Nolan Wells has got me on their radar down there at Ocean Springs. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I have been made aware that I am on their radar down there in Ocean Springs. And y'all know who I mean by they. Well, prepare to watch this, bitch, because I got some more heat for y'all. Check this shit out. Y'all know the judge, Ashley Cole, that released that bullshit-ass statement lying? She finna be sick of me. I got some heat on her. Listen to this shit. Somebody wrote in, they said, so the kid whose stepmom is the judge, they talking about Ashley Cole, there was a huge suicide case in Ocean Springs a few years ago, and she told the grieving mother she was not allowed to post anything about it on social media. Aubrey Wyatt was the girl. So she's a horrible-ass bitch. That's number one. They also said she also had a case where a mother told her she feared for her and her children's lives from her husband. So could they please meet at a police station to exchange their kids? Ashley Cole told her no. And guess what? She met up with the husband and the husband shot and killed her at a Dollar General parking lot. Yeah, you ain't know I was going to find that out, bitch. I got a mole in Ocean Springs. It's an old white man. Good luck trying to find him, ho. Everybody in Ocean Springs know about this case. Everybody know about the mom and the mom that met up with the husband that got shot because you told her she could not meet at the police station. Everybody know about that. You just a horrible ass bitch. And that's not all I got. Apparently, Wyatt's brother Ike is talking shit on Snapchat. Look at this shit. He says, I see you reposted this video, so I want to let you know what really happened. Can't be listening to all these black people saying his friends did something. He was with my brother, talking about Wyatt, because they got the same last name, that day on my boat, and he chose to stay. They know who the girl is. It happens at Horn all of the time. I don't know what he's referring to happening at Horn. I don't know. It says, these guys posting shit on TikTok are all worthless blacks who want nothing but views. Nolan basically lived at my house for the last 3 years. We would never do anything to him. Worthless blacks? Y'all don't know how I'm getting all this information, bitch. I told y'all I'm on you bitches' ass about Nolan, and I'm not letting up, ho. Worthless blacks? But y'all not racist. First of all, my mo down there, that old white man, he told me everybody in Ocean Springs is fucking racist. Every single person. He said, Artie, don't step a toe down here, bitch, because that shit will be gone. They are racist down here. He said, I'm fighting with everybody. I've been fighting with everybody down here my whole life because I'm not like them. This is what my old white man Mo told me that's down there. Oh, yes! I know I'm already on y'all radar down there, and guess what, bitch? I never gave a fuck, bitch. Y'all already know where I'm from. I'm from Philly. I never gave a fuck, ho, and I'm not letting up on you hoes' asses. Every little piece of information I get, I'm putting out on the internet on you bitches. Yeah, y'all shocked. You don't know how I got these messages. I got them all.
Here's what I believe happened. All those kids up there drinking and shit, they're lying. They're lying to cover their own ass. If there was a whole entire other group, who is the other group? White people, y'all not thugs, y'all not gangsters, y'all ain't all that. And Nolan was a college student, so the gangster rules and all the gangbanger rules of snitching does not apply. Either they're going to find out who the girl was, or they're going to find out who the other friends were. This, to me, got drugs written all over it. It does. I think little dude might have OD'd or might have been on a binge or some shit. Now, I don't know this for sure, but my determination is basically based off of this. They're underage drinking and everybody is just acting like this shit is cool. It ain't. I'm not saying the kid is a bad kid for underage drinking. When you black and you hanging around some white kids, bro, you have access to a bunch of shit that we typically don't. Growing up in the hood, you got access to drugs, weed, pills, you know what I'm saying? Even that powdery substance. When you get around them white folks, boy, my daddy got a whole entire liquor cabinet. And my mama take these pills and drink this right here, this little substance right here. So you got access to psychotropics and you got access to alcohol when you hanging with the white folk. When you hanging with the black folk, it's all about the weed and anyways, it just is what it is. Two different cultures mixing and mingling and all of this shit. Had I never kicked it with a couple of white girls at a baseball game, I would have never been drinking alcohol. You feel me? I got peer pressure. But this ain't about Cedric Nash. This is a serious topic. Every content creator, let me make this emphatically clear for some of y'all who don't understand. If you guys take this route of accusing these young boys of shit that you don't have finite proof of, that you can't submit to the police, be prepared to be hit with a shit ton of lawsuits. Y'all messing with a judge. So, defamation of character, if they find some goddamn kids are being threatened and all this shit, and they can point directly at being you, being the person for all of this, I would be very, very careful and back the hell up. Make your speculations as much as you can, but please make sure that you place where your speculations are coming from, aka your sources. This is one of them cases where y'all get this shit wrong, it's gonna end horribly in your pockets. But Nash, why would you say little buddy been drinking? Because at the end of the day, that's what we seen in pictures. They all were drinking. They all were hanging out. I don't think them little dudes killed that kid. I don't believe that. But I do believe those little dudes is covering their own asses. I believe something went on that if it came out, they're going to be looking at everybody in that group like, so y'all was doing drugs, huh? So y'all was partying with some extra shit, huh? So y'all was trying to act like y'all was 21, knowing good and damn well y'all wasn't. I don't know what happened. But eventually what did happen will come out. I think them deleted messages probably going to be from that broad. Oh, let me put that broad, don't say it that way. Probably going to be from the girl that he was around basically on some illegal shit. It's college. They experiment with sex, drugs, and alcohol. It's college, bro. It's the same shit that we see in them movies like Van Wilder and all this shit. It's college. The access to all of this shit. Hell, if you lived in the South, if you've been in the South, you know they outline one thing. They outline moonshine. You know who done drank moonshine? Damn near everybody. First time ever, last time ever I drank moonshine, kicking it with my white folks with the goddamn overalls on. But I pissed gasoline. Terrible story. We don't want to tell that one. But in all honesty, bro, this has the makings of a party gone wrong. Maybe little buddy did wander off. Maybe he did goddamn go for a swim and cramped up or something and all that. Maybe they did kill him. I don't know. But I do know that everything that's wrong is not being pointed out. Only half of it. We're not going to talk about the underage drinking. Why? Why not? Why not? Y'all got a bunch of 18-year-olds on a boat with alcohol and nobody wants to question that right there? Where did the alcohol come from? Who sold it to them? Let's start asking those questions first. Subscribe to our bell to notify, share to keep your people aware. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Y'all let me know your thoughts on this one, man. Shit crazy.